Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nelo Diaries 25. How was your day? Um, Thank you all for joining in. If you're a new subscriber, please do well to continue with us. If you're not a subscriber, I'm very grateful that you are always here. Or if you're just coming across this, I hope you subscribe to this video and to my channel. I'm that woman that has been through the hurdles of fibroid, both myectomy, thereafter, childbearing, and all of that. So I like to share my story with you guys because I know that there are so many women that are going through what I've gone through. Now, many of you might ask, what is fibroid? Which I've explained what fibroid is in my previous video. You will do well to go back to my previous video and get to know some things about what fibroid is, most especially as a woman, as a young woman that is preparing to go into marriage, or even if you're not preparing to go into marriage. I think fibroid should be a topic in biology that every school in our nation or all over the world should teach women. You understand? Because there's need for us to understand what fibroid is all about and what it is. Someone like me, I never knew what fibroid was. You get? I do come across the name in some places, but I've never actually taken interest to knowing more about it. You understand? Now, fibroid is they are non-cancerous. Take note, they are non-cancerous tumors or growths that are usually found either in the uterus, that is your womb, or around the uterus of childbearing or childbearing age women that are of age to bear children. You understand? Once you started seeing your period, you know that okay, you are capable of getting pregnant. So fibroid is something found in women that are of childbearing age. You understand? Take note, these growths, these tumors, they are non-cancerous. That means they are not cancerous. You understand? But they are found in or around your uterus. You get? So I'm just trying to recap. You get? I had it, but I never knew I did. I went for some just random scans at some point, and they told me that I had it. It was very small, but nothing serious. So I went ahead. I got pregnant, and I had a miscarriage. You get? I had a miscarriage. I went on to another hospital from the one that I was using for my antenatal. I think I was about 7 weeks along when I had a miscarriage. So I went to another hospital that the doctors discovered that there was a very large fibroid that was on they call it, is it posterior anterior of my uterus, that is on top of the womb, but it's not inside. You get, just on top of it. So should I get pregnant, the fibroid was sure to make sure it compresses anything that comes into my womb. It was that big, but I never knew. You understand? Now, moving forward, I was booked for my myectomy, that is the surgical removal of fibroid. You understand? Now, take note, there are some people going around saying herbs can shrink fibroid. They mention some herbs that I won't want to mention. You understand? They say it can shrink fibroid. I never took my time to get to use all those herbs. You get, but from people that I know that have fibroid or had fibroid, they've tried all those herbs and they never actually worked. You understand? I don't know if there are some out there, some herbs out there that somebody might have used and it worked. But from my personal experience and from some women I've come across that have actually tried using herbs for fibroid, they've always said that it doesn't work. So I would advise that you go in for the surgical removal. That is my myectomy. Now, I'm not saying that my myectomy is 100% okay. You understand? I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just trying to share my experience. You get, but then when they open you up and then they can know the number of fibroids you have, like multiple. It happened that I even had multiple fibroids, not one, not two. You understand? But the biggest was the one that caused me the miscarriage. You understand? So it's until they open you up, that is when they will know how many the fibroids are, how large they are. You understand? Or there are some special scans that you can go through. This transvaginal can help to determine a lot, not just ordinary abdominal scan. You understand? So that was it. I was booked for the myectomy. Immediately we got to the hospital because I was having serious pains. You get, so I was booked in. They advised me not to eat for like I think some hours before the surgery, which I didn't. So I had the surgery. They actually gave me a local anesthesia, the one that will just paralyze from your waist down. You get. Unfortunately, it didn't work because immediately the doctor tried to the first incision. It was so painful. I shouted, and it was like asking the anesthetist what happened. So they had to give me a general anesthesia. That was one that knocked me off. I fell off. I fell asleep rather. I didn't even know when the whole surgery was carried out. And the next thing I knew was I started hearing them saying, "Oh, she's with us. Thank God, she's awake. She's awake." I think by then I was blinking my eyes, moving my fingers, moving my toes, and that was when they were not telling me, "Don't move your head, don't raise your head." So I maintained the position I was on the stretcher on the bed. Okay, so that was it. My mate told me the recovery process was not that it was not a pleasant thing, but then it was not as painful or as scary as I used to thought. Because before the surgery, I was kind of anxious, like, oh, how am I going to cope? What am I going to do as a newly married person? You understand? So I thank God for my husband. He was there with me all through. I had my mentoring. I was kept in the hospital for 3 days. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days. They were monitoring me, watching me, and after 3 days, I was discharged to go home, and I went home. Mind you, there's a mistake many people do post operation, as in post surgery. Like, there are so many people that go ahead to immediately they come out from the hospital, maybe 3 days, 1 week, they start on solids immediately. I would advise everybody. I'm talking based on my personal experience, and I know someone that actually had the same thing, and the person went on to start taking solids immediately, and it's not good, against her doctor's advice. Now she had to go in for another surgery. You get? So after your surgery, after your myectomy, the doctors will take their time to tell you that you cannot even take water until you either sneeze, or you urinate, or you belch, or you are hiccoughing. That is when they can allow you to take water. You start taking liquids. You understand? It will help you a lot if you can endure and wait for it, because they're trying to watch if your digestive system has picked up and is already working properly. Because the dangers of eating solids immediately, or some few days after your, or few hours after your surgery, is because your digestive tract can get blocked by those solids. You get? Because myectomy is a major surgery. It's a major abdominal surgery. They are going into your stomach. They are seeing so many things. They are pausing. There are some things that will pause for some time before they start working properly all over again. That's why they advise against solids. Even that water self is not immediately. Like myself, the first 24 hours, I could not even sip water. I could only raise the bottle to my tongue, and just my tongue, I'll put my tongue in the bottle like that. Like, so that to try to quench the taste a bit, I'll just put my tongue in, out. I was not allowed to sip. You understand? So that is it. You will do well. It's for your own good. The hunger that you might experience, the taste you experience those few hours is not what will kill you. You get? So that is why they will advise you to wait for some hours until you have some sort of digestive reactions, like belching, coughing, urinating. They'll know that, okay, your digestive tract has started picking up. That is when they will allow you to start on liquids, like your pap. You can start taking your pap, your tea, your juice, then you give it time. You go on solids like agidi and pepper soup, something light. You don't even eat bread. Avoid bread, my sisters. Avoid bread. Post your myectomy, avoid bread. Anything that is made with flour, avoid it. What I even prefer you eat more of, you see, your fruits, your vegetables, your yam, because yam, potato, all these things, they have fiber. They will help you to go to toilet properly. You understand? So that was it. I was discharged. I went home. I was having I never had any complications. You understand? The pain was not that much, but I couldn't walk upright, from the stitching. And they use this absorbable stitch for me, so I didn't need to go to the hospital for them to lose stitch or anything. You get? I only went for after a week I went in for checkup, so I don't know if the scars were healing properly. You understand? So I went in after 1 week. They checked. They said the scar was healing properly. They removed the gauze that they used to cover it. You understand? But they don't use ordinary bandage because of the pain. So they use gauze to cover it, and then use the bandage to cover the gauze. Understand? So that was, I went in. They removed the gauze, and they told me they didn't cover it again. They said it was okay. But anytime I finished taking my bath, I should use cotton wool and methylated spirits to clean the surface, not with force. So just damp. And that was it. At 2 weeks, I was fine. I was moving around the house. I was doing some minor things. Mind you, don't lift anything heavy. Don't say you want to carry water in a bucket, you want to lift this, you want to do that. No, give your body the rest it needs after myectomy. Don't make the mistake of trying to be a superwoman. Don't make the mistake of trying to be a strong woman. I'm strong. I don't want to be bedridden. I don't want to be on the bed for long. No, give your body the time it needs. Myself, I gave myself a lot of time. I took excuse from work. They already know what was wrong with me. So I stayed home. I was not even cooking. I just stayed home. My partner handled the cooking and washing, anything house chores. What I do is I wake up in the morning. If I'm able to bath, I take my bath. I clean the surface of my incision, and then I rest. Because after myectomy, my dear, you are going to be feeling very, very weak. You will be having that weakness. See, it's not a minor thing. Your body just underwent something is not used to. Something it is not used to. So you don't rush your body. Allow your body the time it needs to rest, to recover. During your recovery, at some point you find out that, okay, you can walk some long distances. But like me, because we live in upstairs, I cannot go down. If I just go down and try to come back up like this, I'll be breathing so hard. I'll be so tired. I'm telling you, you will be so tired. You'll be having this weakness. But as the days progress, the weeks progress, you'll be getting better. You'll be feeling better. You understand? And that was it. It was my surgery. I gave myself time. At 2 weeks, I was fine. I could do some little house chores, and my recovery was so peaceful, so uneventful. I never had any reason to revisit the hospital for maybe they say there's a complication or anything. With time, I started taking enough solids. I regained my strength. I was on vegetables, on fruits, on liquids. I was consuming a lot of water. You understand? Then after 2 months, I went in for a scan and they checked nothing like fibroid, nothing like scar, nothing like adhesion. The woman only asked me that is like when the sonographer, she asked me that what is this scar here in my abdomen? I told her that is my myectomy. She said, oh, you had my myectomy? I said yes. So wow, the doctor, the surgeon that operated on you actually, your scar is so clean, it's so neat. In my previous video, I already showed you people my scar, So that was it. I recovered perfectly and everything was fine. Now I'll tell you another thing about my myectomy. When you undergo my myectomy, there's this thing it did for me. My ovulation changed. I was ovulating so very well after that. This thing they will say, when you're ovulating, this egg white, stretchy, and all of that. I never used to experience it, but after my myectomy, I started having it. You understand? So there are so many advantages to my myectomy. At least when you have it, you will have this assurance that, okay, for now, you are fibroid free. You understand? Another thing I want to discuss about my myectomy is this. So many people have fears of going in for surgery, going in for the myectomy. There are these hearsays. People will say, oh, those people that undergo myectomy, they don't used to conceive thereafter. They can never have children. This one, that one. My sisters, that would be another topic for another day. You understand? For now, I want us to just take this, run with it. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. Ask me questions. I'm willing to answer. You understand? I think another talk I'll be having concerning this is going to be a live presentation where I can easily see people's questions and respond immediately to it. You understand? Thank you all so much. Please subscribe to my channel because you get to know a whole lot more about me, about how I was able to conceive after my myectomy, about how I was able to live without fibroid and be functioning properly without fibroid. You understand? So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe. I recommend my channel to other women, other girls, other men, that might want to recommend to their wives, their sisters. This channel is for everybody. Be you a man, be you a boy, a girl, a woman. It's for everybody, a grandmother. I just want to create the awareness, okay? Thank you guys so very much. Do have a great day. Till some other time.